This is a six-time Pro Bowler.
Watson throws down the middle. It's intercepted. It's Earl Thomas.
One of the anchors of the Legion of Boom.
Ball comes out. It's Earl Thomas.
A Super Bowl champion.
Earl Thomas, welcome back.
I just want to know off the jump, like how anxious are you just to even start the 2019 season after missing 12 regular season games last season?
I'm very anxious. I've been preparing for this the whole summer. I've been having a good off-season training program. I've been with the team already. I finished that spring ball, came back to Austin, had my DB week, and now I'm ready to get back to Baltimore and get this thing kicked off.
You had 9 seasons in Seattle, 6 Pro Bowls individually, 1 Super Bowl with the team, right? When would you say you felt like you were at your most happiest in Seattle?
It would have to be that Super Bowl year. From the start of training camp, all the way out to the playoffs, and then when we beat Denver and New York. And then right after that, I got a new contract. So all those events, I feel like that was my most happiest time in Seattle.
So when you think of all of that, in your own words then, why are you no longer in Seattle?
Well, it's a business at the end of the day. I think my time just ran out. You know, Pete and the front office, they didn't value me, I guess, like they used to. And I had just talked to Coach Carroll. He was saying how he was trying to get me in the plans of getting a new contract. But I got hurt the next week, and I think I hurt myself too, by my actions, getting carted off the field.
What do you mean by that?
You know, I gave Pete, the middle finger, because I feel like he wasn't being honest with me.
What was going through your mind when they were carting you off the field and you were hurt?
Yeah, I was basically talking to Pete, because I knew what happened, because I've been through it before. I knew it was broke. Like when Pete came trying to act like he, concerned, I was like, you won, bro, just kept it moving.
So at the time that you gave him the dirty bird, he said nothing?
No, we haven't spoken.
Do you regret giving Pete Carroll the dirty bird?
I don't regret my decision. If my teammates felt like it was towards them, I regret that part. But I don't regret doing it to Pete.
Obviously, y'all won a Super Bowl together.
Right.
You went back to another Super Bowl the following year. I mean, to a lot of people looking in, that should be the best of times. So how, given all that level of accomplishment, are you guys not seeing eye to eye?
I feel like we got to walk with each other for the rest of our lives because we won a Super Bowl together. But they'll love you one minute and then they'll hate you the next. I feel like that was our relationship.
How? I don't understand.
It's just
that.
how it is in the game. It's just how it is. I'm not speaking for every coach.
Yeah.
That's just my experience.
But hate is such a strong word, right?
Right.
So I want you to
I'm
explain
not
that.
sure. I don't know if I don't want to say that it would be hate. It was just we didn't see eye to eye on a lot of things, like work ethic. Like sometimes I didn't want to practice, especially when they weren't paying me. I wasn't practicing like that, and he wasn't feeling it. And just the gap just
Widened.
spread. Yeah.
Is there any way that your time in Seattle was misunderstood?
That's a hard question. I feel like people are gonna always misunderstand you if they don't know you. But I just definitely try to give my best.
Did you feel appreciated when you were in Seattle?
Yeah, the golden years, people was all on the Earl Thomas bandwagon. And
Area 29.
Area 29, and along with LOB. But it just ended different.
The Ravens will sign former Seahawks safety Earl Thomas.
A huge record-setting type deal.
This dude has earned his cash.
Ultimately, you ended up signing a 4-year, $55 million deal with the Ravens, $15 million more than you had before. But I'm curious, how did you feel like during the free agency period that you were regarded by teams other than the Baltimore Ravens?
As far as not getting picked up?
Well,
it took a while.
It took a while.
It definitely took a while.
It took a while.
I was like, what is going on? Because me and Landon have the same agent. And once he got off the board, my agent called me and hung up. I was like, what? Like, what is going on?
Wait. David called you and hung up?
But I guess it was he said that his service got lost.
Oh, okay.
But I was like, man, what happened? Like, is he trying to shoot a slug at me? Like, what is going on? And I was going to go to KC on a 1-year deal.
Huh?
I had talked to Coach Andy Reid, and we had a conversation, and I committed. But then the next day, I woke up. Dave called me and said we had a better deal. And he told me the numbers. I said, I'm taking that.
So did you call Andy Reid and say, just kidding?
No, my agents, Drew and Dave, called him.
Uh-huh.
And he was cool with it. Of course, he knew that it was a business decision. He knew.
Does Patrick Mahomes know this story?
He don't care. He got the honey badger.
You got the honey badger. Okay. So how would you say your transition is, moving your life, acclimating to being a Baltimore Raven in the black and purple?
It's different from the West to the East. It's definitely different. But I'm definitely not comfortable in the meetings, especially when they put me on the spot. I'm like, bro, somebody tell me, like, I don't know.
Oh, they put you on the spot. Like, how does that work?
Well, there's just a little pressure so I can stay in my playbook. So they'll call me out. Most of the time I don't know. Because I'm more,
Right.
I have to get on the field. I like to get on the field.
Yeah.
Let me walk through it. Let me see it a couple of times. Let me rep it out.
Yeah.
And then I'll get it.
Yeah.
And I'm stubborn. That's just my game. I know it.
Yeah.
But they'll keep me on my toes.
Do you feel like your arrival in Baltimore has been too quiet or under the radar?
That's how I like it. Like, let me sleep under the radar and just surprise everybody.